Okay, we have finally reached the last basic rule in differentiation, which is called the quotient rule. So in the quotient rule, we have two functions of x also, but they will be divided by each other here in this manner. So the quotient rule states that the second function of x multiplied by the differentiated first function of x minus this time, this is the first function of x multiplied by the differentiated second function of x. So basically they switch table mates like in the product rule. However, we are going to use the second function of x in front first. And not forgetting, it has to be divided by v squared. So how I will remember this is I will have this picture in my head. So bear with me while I draw an ugly face. So v squared here is a chin with a mole. V du dx will be the very pretty eyes minus u dv dx. Don't you think it looks like a face? Okay. So let's look at the function and let's try to crack this with the quotient rule. So we have a function here y equals to fx, and then my numerator on top will be my u, and my denominator below will be my v. So u is equals to 5x, v is equals to 2x plus 1. Okay, I'm going to differentiate my u. We're left with 5. Differentiating my v, I'll be left with 2. Okay, so bring in the quotient rule, dy over dx is equals to v du over dx minus u dv over dx over v squared. Okay, now I put everything in. My v is 2x plus 1. My du dx is 5 minus my u is 5x. My dv dx is 2 over my v squared, which is 2x plus 1 squared. So I have a lot of times see my students forgetting the v squared, so please remember it. Okay, so I'm going to expand this. I'll have 10x plus 5 here minus 10x over 2x plus 1 squared. So my final answer will be 5 over 2x plus 1 squared. Alright, let's look at another question. Y equals 2x cubed over 1 minus x. So likewise, we are going to identify our u first, which is the function on top, and our v, which is the function below. So writing it out, my u is equals to 2x cubed. My v will be equals to 1 minus x. So differentiating u, I will get 2, the constant, 3, bring down the power, x, 3 minus 1. So simplifying this, I will get 6x squared. So for differentiating v, I will have minus 1 from here. Okay, now let's put everything together. Dy dx is equals to v du over dx minus u dv over dx over v squared. I think by now you can start to see the ugly face in your quotient rules already. Okay, so v is 1 minus x, my du dx is 6x squared minus, remember it's minus, it's not plus, u is 2x cubed. My dv dx is -1 over v squared. So looking for my v is 1 minus x squared. So I'm going to expand this. I'll get 6x squared minus 6x cubed minus sign. Don't trip over this minus sign. This minus sign is usually the point where students get it wrong because forget about the minus sign. So what you can do is just to put a big bracket out first, and we multiply this first, so minus 2x cubed. So in this way, I'm not going to forget that I need to put in this minus sign into my negative 2x cubed. Okay, back to simplifying. So I'll have 6x squared minus 6x cubed plus 2x cubed over 1 minus x in bracket square. So in the numerator, I see that I can factorize 2x squared out. So when I factorize 2x squared from here, I'll be left with 3. When I factorize 2x squared from here, I'll be left with negative 3x. If I factorize 2x squared from here, I'll be left with x over my v squared. And my final answer will be 2x squared, 3 minus 2x over 1 minus x bracket square. Okay, last question for this video. We are looking at y equals to 5x over in square root 1 minus x squared. We're going to identify our u first, which is the function on top, and our v will be our function below. So u is equals to 5x, and my v is equals to in square root 1 minus x squared. So differentiating u, I will get 5. I'll differentiate v. But before that, I'm going to change it to 1 minus x squared in bracket to the power of half. Okay. So using the shortcut chain rule just now, I bring down my power, I keep my function. My new power is half minus 1, and I need to differentiate the function inside, so I'll have minus 2x. Let me just clean this up a bit. Minus 2x on top, 2 below, and my 1 minus x squared will be to the power of negative half, so I'm going to bring it down so that it will be in square root and positive square root. Okay, so putting together my quotient rule, dy over dx is equals to v du over dx minus u dv over dx over v squared. So my v is square root 1 minus x squared. That's my v. My u du dx is 5 minus my u, which is 5x. My dv dx is negative 2x over 2 in square root 1 minus x squared. We shall not forget our v squared, which is 1 minus x squared. Okay, so putting everything together, I'll have 5 1 minus x squared in square root minus 5x times negative 2x will give me negative 10x squared over 2 square root 1 minus x squared. Okay, and then in square root 1 minus x squared, and squared will be 1 minus x squared. Okay, and then I'm going to put this together in a single fraction. It's going to look a bit messy, so 5, 1, x squared over 2. So I need to put in this. So minus or plus now 10x squared. Okay, what happened here is I actually put in the denominator to 1 minus x squared, or multiply in. So I will have to multiply in my 2 with the square root 1 minus x squared on top as well. Okay, and then I have my b squared over 1 minus x squared. Okay, I ran out of space earlier, so I just copied everything over again. Let's try to tackle this very big monster here. So let's look at this as a fraction over this function x below. So looking at the big fraction, I'm going to simplify it. So 5 times 2 is 10. And then I have this square root and this square root multiplied by each other. So I'll be left with 1 minus x squared. The square roots are removed. And then plus 10x squared over 2 square root 1 minus x squared. So this is the monstrous numerator on top. And then of course we cannot forget our v squared at the bottom. Okay, let's simplify the numerator in the numerator. So I have this 10 minus 10x squared plus 10x squared over 2 in square root 1 minus x squared and my v squared. I'm going to add over 1 here because I'm going to teach you a little trick that I always use. So if you see a fraction over a fraction, what you can do is you can make use of this a over b divided by c over d. So a fraction divided by a fraction. When you simplify it, you take a and d, multiply by each other, you put it on top. You take b and c, multiply by each other, and you put it below. So this is what I'm going to do now. So this and the 1 will go on top. This and this will go below. So when I simplify this, I'll get 10 over 2, 1 minus x squared, square root 1 minus x squared. Now, of course, we are not done yet because we can simplify this. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, and this will be 1. So the final answer will be 5 over 1 minus x squared, square root 1 minus x squared. So we have come to the end of this video. Hope you have learned more about the basic rules of differentiation. And let me know in the comments below what topic you'd like me to do the next time. So see you!